Can somebody go and get this guy, please? Can someone let him know that it's 2024 and you shouldn't be making comments like this anymore? Like, and you're also on TV? Like, hot mic. There's a hot mic. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Lightwork with Amanda. Boy, do I have a lot of stuff I want to cover in this episode. We have the clay court season, the French Open, just some results from some of my favorite players, but let's get into it. All right off the bat, can we talk about Iga and her incredible clay court season? She won Madrid, she won the Italian Open, and then she won the French Open. Like, she is unbeatable on clay. This was the summer for Iga. What's tough though with tennis, there's a winner and there's a loser, just like in a lot of sports. But you know, with tennis, it's really just yourself out there, so you take it a little bit more personally. Sorry, Sabalenka, man, you had some tough losses against Iga. Just go back to the drawing board, keep grinding it out on the clay court. But I mean, that tough three-setter, I felt that loss. I felt that one, but you'll come back stronger. You're Sabalenka. You're two in the world. You got this. So who else is having a pretty great season thus far is Yasmin Paolini, Italian. I think she's like 5'4". And also, are you black, Paolini? If not, it's okay. It's all right. Just wondering, just curious. Either way, she's having a great season. She made it to the finals of the French Open. She's coming off of one of the biggest wins of her career, which was she beat Rybakina in the quarterfinal to get her to the semifinals. And there she played Andreeva, young 17-year-old, also having a great season, also playing really strong tennis, but really solid wins to get her to the final. Not only did she get to the finals of singles, she did make it to the finals in doubles with the other fellow Italian, Sara Errani, which also has the worst grunt on tour. Dear Lord, so bad. It makes me just want to turn it off. Like, and how is she still on tour? Isn't she like broken? But either way, I don't want to get into it. Her grunt bothers me. The star is on Paolini, and I'm just very happy that she won and got to the finals in singles and doubles of the French Open. Well done. All right, before we get into the men's results, we got to talk about something reckless that John McEnroe was saying. This guy cannot keep his mouth shut. As Iga is basically doing her rounds of celebration with the trophy and press, McEnroe was caught saying basically that Lancome is one of her sponsors and that she should probably put more on. But where is that coming from? Also, why? Who are you to talk about Iga and what she should wear and how much makeup she should and shouldn't wear? Like, where is this coming from? Oh, I get it. Right. You're a male and you feel entitled to comment on women's bodies and appearances because, again, you're a white male, you're sexist. That's what it is. Yes, right. But if we really want to talk about appearance, what about you, McEnroe, back in like the 80s and your crazy hair? Ever hear of a hair product much? Iga is literally the best clay court player in the world right now. She won 3 tournaments, huge level, and a Grand Slam, back to back. Like, why are you trying to talk about her appearance? Would you say this about a male tennis player? Would you talk about Alcaraz's and his terrible haircuts? Sidebar, can we please get this man a good barber? Like, what is going on with these haircuts? Like, you have enough money, just get a better haircut, because keep it long, keep it short, whatever's happening right now is just not working. The internet, you guys came through, you guys did your thing, you called him out. He's no longer going to be an announcer at NBC, but also NBC is no longer going to be broadcasting the French Open, which is good, because do you remember seeing anything about the French Open on NBC? Do you remember seeing anything on Peacock or anything being advertised for it? Maybe a little bit, but like, this is the French Open. There are 4 major tournaments. NBC, do better. You've been a sponsor. You've been broadcasting the French Open for so long. Before, you used to be able to stream it for free on like Roku back in like, I want to say like 2016, but now you have Peacock and you're pigeonholing everybody to just use Peacock. Stop making Peacock happen. It's not going to work. It's like fetch, okay? Like, chill out. So anyway, he's no longer going to be on NBC as a broadcaster, but NBC is no longer going to have the French Open, which I am ecstatic about, because your time is up. So our boy Alcaraz out there with a huge forehand, huge ground strokes, really physical game. He wins his first French Open. Well done. Excellent job. Tough 5 set against Zverev. We'll get in about Zverev because I have comments about him. But let's talk about Alcaraz first. Great job. Awesome tournament. He really just showed his strength and his power throughout the duration of those 2 weeks. He is looking strong for Wimbledon, and will he defend his title? Not sure, but he's definitely shown some more versatility in his game, and it's really exciting to see. I do notice that with Alcaraz, his attire and his outfits, his kits have changed. So before, remember, he used to rock like the sleeveless and used to just, really look yoked. I wonder, hear me out, if he's like, hey, I don't want to be seen as such like a big bulky guy. I want to slim down, maybe try and emulate like the body like Djokovic, who's like this Gumby tennis player, like super gangly. But I mean, as a tennis player, you don't really want to be big and bulky. So it makes me think of other things like, are you taking any enhancements? Maybe you know about a certain test coming up that you don't want to get caught or have your results be positive. I don't know. I'm speculating again, but I just noticed the outfit change. I did notice he slimmed down a little bit. And that's the thing I kind of think about. Also, he's from Mallorca. You know, where else is from Mallorca is Nadal and Uncle Tony. They got some things going on. But anyway, congrats, Alcaraz. You played great. I can't wait to see you in Wimbledon. Okay, now we have Alexander Zverev. His nickname is Sasha. So, where do we start with good old Sasha? Back in 2019, there were some physical allegations against him and his girlfriend when he was playing at the US Open. He got physical, pushed her up against the wall. She claimed that he tried to strangle her with a pillow. A lot of news behind it. That case eventually got dropped because there wasn't enough evidence. A couple of years later, his other girlfriend, similar story. A little bit of a similar narrative. He gets physical, they start fighting, and he pushes her up against the wall and gets really physical with her. And I'll have you, this is his baby mama. They have a kid together, and they've been together for a while. So they didn't say what sparked the argument, but obviously something got him riled up. Something got him really angry and enough to put his hands on his girlfriend at the time. So as this investigation was still going on, he was able to play in the French Open, which is fine, whatever. But what really got me was at the end when basically the case settles and the reporters started asking about this. And they were like, hey, so how do you feel about this? Like, you settled. Do you have any thoughts about this? He got so upset. He was like, look, I settled in court. There is no evidence. It means I'm not guilty. And then he also said to the reporter, he goes, see, I told you so. I told you I wasn't guilty. Not quite. When you settled, doesn't mean you're not guilty. Also, this trial never really went in front of a judge. It was dismissed before then, because if a full trial did happen, it would have to go through June and July, which means he probably would have missed Wimbledon. And if it was an actual trial, he probably wouldn't have been able to play the French Open. So, I mean, his team was probably like, hey, let's settle, let's get this done, let's pay the fees, and that way you can continue and play on the rest of the Grand Slam season. And also, having the case be dismissed in like a German court also kind of plays into his favor. He is probably seen like a god in Germany. He's the best tennis player coming out of that country. He's super famous, so they probably don't want any negative press around him and tied to Germany. I could see why they just quickly settled, and that way it wouldn't impact, again, his Grand Slam season. So he was forced to pay the legal fees, which is like $200,000, which is a lot. But the amount of the actual settlement to his baby mama was not disclosed. I'm sure it will be. But again, you settled. It doesn't mean that you're not guilty. It just proves that you wanted it to be done. And you can't be going out here saying like, see, I told you so. Nothing happened. I'm not guilty. Seems a little shady, Sasha. So he then goes, he's like, I don't want to hear this question anymore. I'm done. You never ask me this question again. Why? What are you hiding, Sasha? Oh, is it the truth? Is the truth coming to bubble up inside and you feel like you're going to say something that you shouldn't say? Oh, that's right, because you are probably guilty of something. Yeah, absolutely. I believe these women, that you touched them and that you abused them and that you were very physical with them. Of course, this is the second time that's happened. Also, I want to rewind a little bit. Adidas Read the room. Right after the first allegation, his kit was a white tank top and like black shorts. And you know what we call those here in America? I mean, it's an awful name. Like, we call them wife beaters. So you are coming off of your first allegation of being physical with your first girlfriend. Adidas gives you this kit of a white tank top. Or maybe you were like, I like this white tank top. It really resonates with me because it also resonates with wife beaters. Again, I hate that word, but again, read the room, Adidas, and that's just Sasha being Sasha. He's just a bad dude, and I don't like you, bottom line. You know what else frustrated me? I was trying to find the scores and in a nice cohesive just space of Iga and Paolini and some other women's scores that happened recently with the clay court season. So I go to the WTA website, head to the website. Not only do I get incomplete pages, I just get pages that don't load. I get pages that don't have the most recent results. Whenever I try to go to Paolini at her page, it has no Grand Slam results. Dog, we just finished the French Open. Like, update this. The WTA website is trash. The UX is trash. Update this. Like, if you want people to have a nice experience and be able to find all of their information and results in one page, make the website better. Just do it. Do it, WTA. Well, that's all I have for you this week. We are heading into the grass court season. It's wild how fast you switch from clay, whoop, to grass. Like, completely different worlds. But Wimbledon is coming up, a very exciting tournament. It also runs during my birthday. Maybe one of these years I'll go to Wimbledon. Woo! But until then, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe. This has been a lot of fun, and it's been Light Work with Amanda. Bye now.